A lot of people going live tonight, right now, but I'm live. Anyway, um, just to get right into it, welcome to the East Coast of Brooklyn. I'm here, your man Mel Mel. Not to get into the small talk, that's what that is. The funny thing is that the genesis of this conversation has started in the past. From a past conversation, I was having a dope conversation with my mother. And we were talking about life, some things I'm not going to really share, get into, and whatnot. But we were just talking about how the past is the past. And in order to move forward, sometimes the past has to stay the past permanently. You can revisit things. You can, find yourself in situations where you're reminiscing about things or getting nostalgic about stuff, which is cool, all well and good. 90 Glock, I see you. But in order to move forward, a lot of times, you know what? It's really best to just let things be. Let the sleeping dogs rest. Don't poke the bear, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't, open up a can of worms about things that don't need to be opened up. A can of worms about, and sometimes it's tempting. It's tempting to live in the past. It's tempting to live in a distant memory somewhere. Sometimes it's tempting to just, be stuck in a rut thinking about something that was, and what could have been and what could be. But the problem with living in the past, which is what, people do sometimes, is that it doesn't allow you to move forward because you're constantly looking at, your past fears, your insecurities, and stuff like that. And you can have a tendency of making that a part of your everyday thing. Good evening to you, Slayer. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for looking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate that. Thank you, 90 Glock, for coming through, commenting, and giving that thumbs up. But yeah, the past. The past is the past. It has to be the past unless you'll constantly be reliving these same old negativities, these same old proclivities and things that people go through. It's no need for it. Unless you want to stay stuck in the past, unless you want to stay reliving these moments. It's like a movie that Tom Cruise did. I don't know if it's The Edge of Oblivion or whatever it was, or The Edge of Tomorrow. That's what the Tom Cruise movie was. And in the movie, Tom Cruise had to keep reliving this day and reliving this day and reliving this day until he could figure out how to stop dying and move forward and, just defeat the adversary, which is a great metaphor or analogy for this conversation. Sometimes we have to face, our past and face things that we may not want to deal with in order to move forward, unless we keep going through it and repeating the same thing, and they say the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and, expecting a different result. So if you keep living in the past, if you keep staying in the past, if you keep rehashing things, then you're destined to repeat the same mistakes, from yesterday. And now you can do that if you want to do it. Who am I to tell you you can't live in the past? Who am I to tell you, you can't go through every moment that's ever happened in your life? You can do it. It's a lot of work. It's not something I particularly care for. And sometimes when it comes to people, even places and things, they can pull you back. They try to pull you back into that vein, into that place, into that space. And this was just from the conversation that I was having. Like I said, again, this is not directed at anybody. This is something that, sometimes people just need to know. Just a reminder. A lot of the things I say is probably really just reminders and relatable topics and subjects to share with people. I try to keep my things topical. People do their live streams the way that they do it, and I don't knock it. I go to some of them. Kudos to you. Kudos to everybody that live streaming right now. There's a lot of people out there. But back to the whole thing about the past being the past. The past has to become the past because it can stifle you. Think about it. You're trying to move on. You're trying to live your life. And every time something comes up, every time an image comes up, or a voice, or a picture, or just a feeling, you get crippled because you're just so wary of something that's happened. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that have been through things, horrific things, which keep coming up, and it runs through a person's brain, and I'm not ignorant of that. Traumatic situations that may have happened to people. That's different. Those are things that you may take a lifetime to recover from. Maybe a lost family member or a sexual attack, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I'm not going too deep into that. But then there are things where people just have anxiety. They worry too much. Maybe there's no hope for tomorrow, a sense of hopelessness that sets in or fits in. And I say to folks, in order to overcome that thing, like I was telling somebody yesterday, we have to learn to face our fears, face life, face things. Like I was talking to somebody recently who had lost one of their parents. I said, I don't know what you're going through because I never lost, my mother and father. But I told the person, I said, don't be afraid to try to face life or to face life, because if you don't, it'll chase you. You'll constantly be running from it, and when you're running from your past, sometimes you're destined to repeat it because you constantly let it chase you all around and, defines you. A lot of times people let their past define them based off of how other people see them. And it's a situation where you could do that, but why not become your best self? Why not move on from it? Why not, let the past know that you're here in the present dealing with it, and you have a future that will be different. It's like a quote from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was saying that if you're the same person in your 20s, no, if you're the same person in your 50s that you were in your 20s, then you wasted 30 years of your life. What's going on, D-Lo Flow? And the reason I say that is because sometimes we don't know how to move on from who we were in order to be who we need to be and become who we are. Exactly, True Slayer. It comes to a point where you have to decide each day who you want to be. You have to decide each day how you want to let your past affect you. Yeah, I got to check out that shower prank. I got to go to your channel, D-Lo. What's up, Tosh Time? But for me, I say let the past be the past and leave things alone as they need to be left alone because, at the end of the day, what does it help to rehash old stuff, Yeah, your past can be in your present. I definitely agree, Journey, because that's what happens. People don't realize sometimes that when, we're going through things, sometimes we need to change the mindsets. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out, Tosh Time, especially after I do this live stream. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to check you out, D-Lo Flow. But, yeah, sometimes it's just good to let things go, man. Free yourself, just like Fantasia's song, go ahead and free yourself. Sometimes it's a freedom in letting go. It's a liberation in just letting things, be. Sometimes folks are trying to pull you back into negative situations and want you to be who you was. I used to have people say to me, Mel, we want you to be the old Mel. We want you to be the old way that you used to be. We want you to do some of the things that you used to do. But I'm 37 now. What's the point? What's the point of trying to do things like I was 27 or 25 or, 19 or something like that? Yeah, nah, Tosh, you have to let go. Yeah, thank you, D-Lo. I appreciate that. You make awesome content as well. Everybody on this live stream, makes some awesome content. Keep doing what you do. Kudos to you. I know there's a lot of people going live right now, and kudos to them. But yeah, it just really comes down to a situation. It determines who you are if you keep bringing your past into your present and you keep letting it affect your future. Then it's something that never really goes away. Sometimes you just have to really look at your past and stare it in the face and say, look, you know what? I'm not going to let you define me. I'm not going to let you shape who I become. I'm not going to let one incident or a few things or other things that have transpired, in the distant past affect who I am now. Thank you, Taj. I appreciate that. Awesome comments. Yeah, no, exactly, Slayer. You don't let a society dictate, who you are too. You learn from your past and you build a better future. I definitely agree with that. But sometimes people just stay stuck because you know what? Maybe they don't know how to let go. Sometimes people let their past define them because, the people are scared of the unknown. People are scared of the positive unknowns that can happen by letting go, just being free and just becoming a new person. Each day is an opportunity to become a new person, to be something different, to challenge ourselves. What's going on, Cheryl? I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming by. Each day is an opportunity to become something different. But if you hold on to your past, how can you become a different person? How can you grow? How can you be inspired, inspire others, be motivated, do different things, do great things? I appreciate you too. As I take this cupcake, I gotta take a little bite of this blue cupcake. That's so good. So good. Sorry, I had to tempt some people there. Mm, that cupcake was so good, though. I've been waiting to take a bite of it. You know, trying to talk, how to take that little break. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is yummy. It is a yummy cupcake with the blue frosting. So good. Show it to you one more time. Take a bite. Mm, mm, mm. That's so good. But yeah, like I was saying, at the end of the day, it comes down to who you want to be. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely, Tosh. As far as YouTube is concerned, and people on this platform, man, listen, I'm not trying to go through my past with anybody on here. Don't let anybody judge me about anything on here. Like I said, this is just the internet, and certain things on here ain't real anyway. Yeah, you can't be concerned about numbers and content and stuff like that. Yeah, for the love of holy, don't use excuse of tool to pass. Yeah, pass your cupcake. I wish I could pass it through. I wish I could pass it through the screen for you. I'll definitely eat it for you. But yeah, it's about who you want to be each day, and if you're willing to challenge yourself, modestly self-efface, and really look at who you are, because the person you don't want to betray is yourself. The person you don't want to lie to is yourself. What's up, Rebel State? I appreciate you for coming through. You know, love and peace to everybody. And sometimes you just have to let things go. A lot of us, not a lot of us, but some of us may come from troubled past, and we change our life and we become different people. And it's a fight, you know, not to revert or backslide or fall back into those ways. You know, each day is his own day. You know, everybody is not perfect, but you know, we all make mistakes and stuff like that, you know, but like I said, don't let our mistakes define us, you know, and sometimes people, you know, try to point out the flaws and things like that, you know, about you to try to bring you down. Maybe it makes them feel good. But remember what makes you special. Remember what gives you worth. Remember what gives you value, you know, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's responsible for your actions, for your thoughts, for your feelings. Nobody else is responsible. I'm not, you know. Even if I wanted to be, I can't live your life. I can't tell you how you do it. yeah, yeah, Slayer. I had to do it. I sipped some tea. It's so good. Let me eat this last piece for you, just for you. Yeah, I definitely agree, Toshtar. People who operate with hate and negativity are poison. But sometimes the reality is, those people that operate from hate and negativity that were in our lives from our past try to bring us back to a negative space, try to take us to some place where we no longer are. And we have to consciously make a choice each day to say, you know what, who do I want to be? Do I want to step into that negativity, that darkness, or do I want to step into the light? Do I want to step into that positivity? What's going on, Road King? I see you out there, and I definitely appreciate you for coming through to my live stream. But yeah, you know, to sum this all up, you leave the past in the past, because you know what? There's no use in rehashing old nonsense, old negativities and stuff like that. Each day is his own opportunity to become a different person, a newer person, a positive person, you know, to grow, to change. And sometimes if you let the negativity surround you and overtake you and stay stuck in past events and who you were, or just negative mistakes, it can stifle you. You know what? It's almost like, I take it to a basketball analogy. It's like a jump shooter, somebody who shoots a jump shot. Let's say that Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant misses a shot. He doesn't beat himself up because he missed a shot. What do? You grab the ball again. You take more shots. You keep going. You keep trying to nail it. What's going on, Backwoods Rays? I definitely appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for all you folks for coming through. Definitely. I definitely appreciate it. But when I'm talking about, hey, what's up, big guys? Oh, my God. I popped in. I'm still alive, big guys. You make it sound like I'm going. I'm still alive. Respect to you as well. But this is what I'm saying, just in a roundabout way, is, you know, about leaving the past in the past. I've been waiting for the other streams. Oh, what other stream are you waiting for, Cheryl? Um, were you talking about the one with the slime? I don't know. Um, yeah, no. Definitely backwards raids. I appreciate you for coming through. But I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna just basically tell for the people that came in real quick what this was about. This was just about leaving the past in the past, not letting past negativities, basically creep into your present, creep into your future, because they can affect you if you don't know how to, just let yourself go and move away from the negative mindsets of the past, negative things that have happened, negative people, negative influences. Don't let it affect your present. Don't let it affect your future. Face it, do what you do, keep it moving. As Tosh Tom would say, keep it pushing. Sometimes you just got to keep it pushing on folks. Yeah, unfortunately, Slayer, sometimes you may have to cut family and friends and people off that are close to you. But the reality is that if you want to go on and do positive things and good things, sometimes you have to cut the dead weight. I don't know if I'm a positive role model, but I'm just trying to say something worthwhile. I mean, especially since you got the Logan Pauls out there, that's something that you know a whole lot about Rebel State. We'll probably talk about that sometime in the future. What's going on? Ice is back, baby. Definitely. Thank you. You're going to hit your 1K tonight. Don't worry about it. You're going to hit your 1K tonight. Check out Ice is back, baby. Definitely, though. I definitely appreciate you all for coming through to this live stream. As always, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. I will see you.